Alright guys, Black Serpent's channel. It's Saturday, October 22nd, about 1 o'clock, and we picked up a new snake earlier. It's a Sumatran red blood python. So the feeding deal on it started in August. And it looks like the 12th. So a week or two back was the last time it fed. I'm sure it's most likely eating either large mice or maybe rat pups. Anyway, it was out when I got home on the substrate. It's since burrowed, so we're gonna dig him out and take a look at this. It might be a guy or a gal. I don't know the sex, to be honest with you, but it was a cool looking blood python. They had several there, but anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to pull this one out. These guys have a reputation to as babies, which this one's several months old, but they can be a little bit nippy, bitey, whatever. I looked at it at the reptile shop earlier. I pulled it out. It was on top of the substrate, but I pulled it out, and it seemed fine. It was docile, but it's, like I say, since burrowed, so now I have no idea what its mood is going to be now, so we're just going to have to find this out together. But anyway, okay. Okay, well, it's already in the defensive situation here, so. And these guys can be that way. I picked this guy up knowing that, so. All right, well. He was a little defensive earlier, kind of like this, but he calmed down. So we're going to go ahead and give this a shot here. I may get tagged, whatever, but this snake was worth it to me to get him. So, all right, I'm going to try something a little different here. I'm going to come on him. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you see that? I don't know if you can see his mouth open. So he's being a little bit defensive, but like I say, yep, okay. All right, that's okay. Like I said, no big deal. All right. It actually really didn't hurt at all, so more of a little pinch. So anyway, okay, let's get him or her. All right. So yeah, these guys can be a little bit, like I say, kind of defensive, especially as babies. They say with regular handling and whatnot, you can get them socialized, and they should more or less grow out of it as they get larger as well. I'm inclined to think this might be a female just because it's got a short tail, and actually I can feel its breath on my fingers even though it's facing away from me. These guys can have weird breathing patterns or even hissing, as defense. So I'm going to be kind of easy handling and everything, not make any sudden jerky movements or whatever, but try and show this guy or gal off a little bit. So you can kind of see the coloration on it. Like I said, I don't want to really startle it too much or spook it per se. Just kind of show it off. You can see the belly. Kind of a darker pattern. You know, $1.30 wasn't bad for this snake, price-wise. They had a couple other ones, black ones actually. They were called black blood pythons, and you know they were running, you know, 149, 179, you know, price range for those. This was the only one that I saw that was like light colored like this, which is what I liked about this one, was the light coloration here. The dark ones were okay. They actually had like red eyes with the black. This one's eyes are a little more, well, it's got a piece of aspen stuck to the side of his head, but this one's eyes are a little more, I don't know if I can get that off or not. They're a little more uniform to the coloration of his body, so you can see his tongue flickering around. He's pretty inquisitive now. So, but he's got good markings and everything. They're a cool python. They're kind of underrated in the snake world somewhat. You know, you can find them easy enough. You know, last year around this time, they had some blood pythons in then. You know, of course, I wasn't looking back then last year for anything like this, but I saw, like I say, these guys when I went in there earlier. And I thought, you know what, it'd be nice to have something just kind of different. Something different to add to the collection. But yeah, he's, you know, I would estimate he's probably, you know, good 4, maybe 6 months, maybe old. You know, the feeding thing started in August, so I haven't been up to that reptile shop actually in a while either. I changed jobs and I drive a little farther south now, so I hit another reptile shop down that way that, you know, sells feeders. So I usually get my feeders there now instead of the other place that I used to go. So I'll get my feeders there, and you know they obviously sell everything: snakes, you know, the whole bit, turtles, lizards, whatever. You know, they got everything. It's just like this other one. Anyway, so, but I figured I'd take a shot, run over there. Just it's been a few months or better. So, like I say, see, you know, they had a bunch of new stuff in there, obviously, you know, from the last time I was there, which was like May or June. So they obviously had quite a bit in there now. And like I say, they got these blood pythons in there. And so I kind of was like, yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind just something different to add to the collection. Yeah, he's moving around pretty good now. Just trying to see if that aspen is still stuck to the side of his head. Oh, sorry, little guy. At least he didn't freak out on me. He doesn't seem to be real head shy. Like I can, sit there and kind of, you know what I mean? Not really pet his head, but he doesn't seem to be too bad. That might actually be his marking. Yeah, I'm just trying to look. I think that's his marking actually on the side of his eye, on the side of his face there. I'm just trying to see the other side. See if it matches or not. I don't think it's quite a match, but no, okay, maybe it is. He's not being too cooperative, but all right, little buddy. Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, it is. Okay, I can see it now. Yep, so that little line that's on the each side of his face, on his eye, goes from his eye down to his chin. Okay, well, that's pretty cool feature. I honestly thought it was a piece of aspen stuck for a minute. So, yeah, he's moving around pretty good. He was kind of cold, so he's getting warm in my hands now. But anyway, just a nice coloration on this guy here. Just nice patterning and everything. And he's being pretty chill, I mean, you saw how he was in the beginning, and that's how he was at the pet store. He kind of opened his mouth, and he kind of went to bite me, but he just sort of, honestly, he kind of just like he latched on, but he didn't really put any force down. Not like earlier when I just took him out. He actually did bite me, but I mean, it didn't even break the skin. So, but he put a little bit more oomph into it just earlier than he did at the reptile shop. But anyway, he or she, I keep saying it's a he, but its tail seems pretty short, and I want to say pythons, the females usually have shorter tails. So, but anyway, so try to zoom in a little bit, try to really show this one, like I say, the belly and all that. It's all the way down. And its head, too. You see the top of its head. It's kind of... Anyway, that whole tan color carries, So anyway, it's a cool little snake. It's, And of course, these guys get pretty big, actually, in all fairness. They get bigger than like the ball pythons do. Like the longest ball pythons are usually 5 feet long. That's usually maybe pushing 6, maybe. And these guys actually will get a little longer than that. They'll get 6 foot, 5, 6 foot on average. These guys. So they're going to be a little longer, but they're going to be heavier bodied. When they get big, like adult size, they're going to be like way thicker. Their girth is going to be way thicker than the ball pythons ever will. So they're going to have that small, big snake syndrome going on, kind of where they're easy enough to manage and handle. They're not like a Burmese or a reticulated python, like just a monster snake. They're not like that. But they're not smaller than a ball python either. Like, they got that nice in between, range of size. That it kind of makes them actually appealing. And these guys have gotten more popular over time, but it's just still, they're kind of an underrated snake as well. So, all right, yeah, I'm really impressed with how he's being. I mean, he's just, yeah, he's moving around pretty good. Like I said, now I bought him knowing that, obviously that they have this reputation for being kind of, moody or whatever. And so, we'll just, I'll work with this guy, obviously, and just, especially before he gets too fucking big, I mean, I'll just be blunt about it, before he gets too large, and that'll be a couple of years, but still, you take a hit from one of these guys as an adult and you're going to know it. So it's better to get them young and work with them and and then they can, turn out to be pretty docile snakes. So, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and end this here with this new blood python here. And we'll end this video and I'll get him, Jesus. I'll get him settled in and, uh, and let him get settled in his tub. I'm going to put him in a tub and whatnot. So, but anyway. So, all right, guys. Well, for now, this is my newest deal here. And we'll see y'all.